How you thought that you knew everything about FNAF? Well, no, you didn't know anything, and I'm going to prove it in this video. Because in order to understand the present, you will need to take a dive into the past, and that's what I'm here for, to tell you the story of Secret of the Mimic. Between 1950s and 1960s, Murray's Custom Manor was opened by Edwin's father, Edwin Sr., and it was perfect. Everything was going great until he died, and then Edwin took charge of the company where he met Fiona and later proposed to her. Now they had a son named David who was approximately born in 1969 or 1970. It isn't clear. However, um, during the mid 70s, Fiona dies at a Fall Fest fire and leaves Edwin and David without her. Now, Edwin creates a babysitter by the name of Mimic One, an endoskeleton that can fit into any costume and become any character who it wants to be, and it begins to imitate Fiona. Now, sometime later, in between, the company struggles, employees begin to leave, and William Afton and Henry Emily begin working with Edwin, and they basically uh, offer him one project that he does it for them so that he could get the money in order to run his company. And now, what did they do? They actually waste his resources and his time to a point that company collapsed, and then they offered him a role of the lead engineer in Fazbear Entertainment. Of course, he said no, and sometime later, the company completely failed. Edwin was in despair, and of course, David died. We know that from the books, but we in the games don't know if he died while being hit by a car, or he was crushed, or something else. We could employ all sorts of things, but I'm not getting into that. And after David died, M1 made Edwin make M2 a second version of the Mimic program designed to imitate David, and of course he refused at first, but later then he eventually made it. And one day Edwin was so frustrated that he beat the Mimic when he heard that the Mimic was imitating David, and then he taught him aggression, and one day Mimic decided to enact his revenge by causing an explosion in his office and killing him, presumably. We don't know yet if he died or not, but we will see that in the future game.
It's part of this new system I'm working on. Just speak into the microphone and it'll be sent to me like a work memo. The message will be recorded on a tape drive so that I can listen to it when I get back to my desk on the other side of the building.
Oh, that's incredible. What do you call it?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't thought of a name yet.
Well, how would you describe it in one word?
I guess I would have to say helpful. Yeah, at its core it is helpful.
That's a great name, and I would be delighted to help. What kind of voice should I do? Ed, honey, how are you holding up? I just heard the news.
I don't know. This is all so much. He's gone. He's gone, and now everyone is asking me what to do, and I don't know anything. I can't run a company. I'm not ready. I can't fill his shoes. He knew it. Everyone knew it. The company is going to collapse, and they're all going to hate me.
Ed, you'll figure it out. Just take a deep breath. It's your company now. Your dad believed in you. Otherwise, he wouldn't have left it to you.
I guess so.
If you could change anything you wanted, what would it be?
Maybe rebrand? We could start making some of my inventions for real.
Ed, you're not going to want to hear this, but there's a lot of grumbling on the work floor. You have a lot of new ideas and new projects coming in, but the staff can't keep up with all your changes. Your creative energy is amazing, and I love you for it. But I think you need to step back a little and focus on one project at a time. Ed, I hope this message reaches you as soon as you get a break. I have to go help the Fall Fest crew, just for a few days until the installation is finished. It's hard to explain. I just have this terrible feeling like I need to be there so nothing goes wrong, just in case. Trisha will babysit David while I'm gone. I love you both, and I'll be back next week.
Oh, why did you go? You weren't even supposed to be there. You were supposed to be here with me and David. Oh, how am I supposed to tell David that his mother is gone? How am I supposed to raise a kid on my own? His life is ruined. My life is ruined. David, I want to introduce you to someone. This is M1.
Why does it look like that?
Look like what?
It's scary.
Oh, it's an endoskeleton. It won't always look like this. It'll wear fun costumes.
Like what?
Anything you want. It can fit into any costume we've created. Think of it as your new babysitter. But it doesn't get paid and go home. It'll stay with us and help around the house. Recording? Test. Levels are good. This is where I heard it. It's her or someone that sounds like her. Set frequency to 4625. Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Over. Say something. It's me, Edwin. Over.
That's good, honey, but from the party.
Project update. I figured it out. There's a leak. Someone told them about M2. Well, they can't have it. Every copy has failed. I don't even know why it worked the first time. But it did. It's just not ready. Stop. You're not him. You're not. Stop. You're not him. You're not. Stop sounding like him.
Now, at this point, since M2 project is leaked, Fazbear Entertainment tries sending many teams to MCM to collect the Mimic and other Fazbear property, but they ultimately fail, given how we find their bodies in the factory scattered and stuffed inside the costumes, and we see even the full costumes being hanged and them decaying, indicating that they are stuffed with human bodies.
With Fazbear Entertainment. How are you feeling?
Now, with Fazbear Entertainment having no options, they send Arnold, an employee that they sleep deprived on 36 hours shift, and that will be the only option is to work out since his contract is expiring the same day he is being sent on the job. Even in 1979, OSHA regulations were violated by Fazbear Entertainment. It's crazy because it shows you how bad the company is still to this day and how bad it was in these early days.
Good job.
Doesn't look like anything's here.
I'm sure you're right. Those motion sensors never tell the truth.
Okay, well, how am I supposed to get in?
To access the building, you've been provided with a data diver tool. Look around you. Kinda looks like a walkie-talkie with two prongs sticking out of the top. It should be in the van. Richie slipped it in your toolbox during the last job, just in case. Good job. Well done. That data diver is your master key to the MCM facility. Do not lose it. Now get in there and retrieve our property. Over and out.
The MCM facility is temporarily closed. For all deliveries and work inquiries, the client and deliveries entrance is located around the side of the building.
Welcome, potential buyers, to Edwin Murray's Costume Manor, the leading powerhouse in costume entertainment and carnival game technologies. Woo! Come in and see what Murray's can do for your carnival, amusement park, midway, or fun fair. This client tour will show you just what I'm capable of. Get ready to be amazed. Don't forget, every one of my creations are available for purchase or lease.
Arnold finds his way inside MCM and is greeted by Edwin's puppets, welcoming him like the puppets from the Willy Wonka films. Not only that, but we also find out that Monty and Mr. Hippo were originally made by Edwin and MCM. Trust me, this is not the first time you're going to see security breach designs in this game. After Arnold gets into the security office, he is greeted by dispatch, who tells him his task on the job and explains everything that's been going on in the factory.
I should probably level with you a little. We're still detecting movement in the building that you're in, and we have a little bit of an idea as to what it might be. Old Murray made some neat stuff over the years, and unfortunately, it seems that one of his most creative inventions may have encountered some homicidal glitches in its programming. Now, these things happen, and I'm sure it's nothing to worry about, but you should probably worry about it. He was working on an endoskeleton that can adapt to any costume or character, large or small, with the ability to take on the persona of the character it occupies, with the addition of the aforementioned homicidal tendencies, of course. We'll be working on some ideas on how to neutralize this rogue endoskeleton, but in the meantime, just try to be quiet, careful, and focused on the task at hand. Always being mindful of the fact that this entity could potentially be inside any costume or character that you see. All right, take a deep breath and get back in there. Finish the job, and that $25 gift certificate is as good as yours. But right now, you should focus on finding a way to turn the power back on. It looks like you don't have a security level high enough to leave this office, or enter the power room for that matter. Use that data diver upgrade machine. It should give you clearance to open the door. It's very important that you update the data diver whenever you find an access station. This is not optional. Now go find that power room. Over and out.
Arnold then turns the power back on, heads to the second floor, and escapes Mimic, now wearing a Jack-in-the-Box costume, and follows through a vent back into the security office.
If you can hear me, pick up. Awesome. Glad to see you made it here without any complications whatsoever. So we did some digging to learn more about that bothersome endoskeleton that keeps relentlessly pursuing you. From what we can tell, it was designed to keep Murray's son entertained while Murray worked. It would mimic the actions of those around it. At some point, the endoskeleton was exposed to some sort of violence, the details of which are a little fuzzy. This mimic endoskeleton then copied that violent behavior. We came up with some great ideas on how to protect yourself. Unfortunately, we came up with those ideas before the last technicians were sent in, and they ended up with less than positive results. So it seems that maybe distraction and avoidance are your best tools, as a direct confrontation will likely result in the loss of some limbs. The previous technicians considered it an honor to lose limbs in the service of their company, and I'm sure they would tell you that themselves if they hadn't died from blood loss. We expect you'll succeed where they failed. 1 out of 3 Fazbear employees has confidence in you, so go get 'em, Tiger. I found the location of another upgrade station in the showrooms. You can get there if you head back through the welcome show. That's the room where you entered the building. Check the monitor. I'm sending you a camera feed. Go there. Over and out.
It seems that some ideas from the story the Mimic were implemented in the game, such as technicians being sent and then getting ripped apart by the Mimic. Now, as Arnold gets another clearance, he narrowly escapes down and survives a big top. We would say it's a DJ Music Man predecessor because it clearly is, and it shows you how much Fazbear Entertainment likes to steal designs. After being unconscious for like 5 minutes, Arnold wakes up and returns to the security office where dispatch tells him that he needs to upgrade the data diver to contain the admin permissions in the theater, and he needs to assemble a spring lock suit in order to reach the theater. Once Arnold enters the theater, he hears this announcement from Edwin.
Welcome, potential investors and buyers. Are you thinking of getting into the children's television entertainment space? Are the costs of writers, crew, and puppeteers holding you back? Then, boy, have we got some news for you. Welcome to the MCM television studio of the future. Here, there's no need for a cast or crew. Our patented Stage Manager software keeps your show on track and condensed to fit your broadcast time slot, including commercial breaks. If writers have you blocked, use an MCM story template.
He then has to play a part in a role of the captain in a theater play to get to the data diver.
Well done, lads. You all work together for
But unfortunately, something goes so wrong, and now he is on the brink of falling down through the floor. And once he wakes up in a doll hospital and is greeted by Nurse Dolly, who is built to recycle and repair broken animatronics.
No. Poor Captain. Another Springlock failure? According to your records, this is not your first visit to the service hospital. Scanning. Error. It appears you have a foreign object wedged inside. Now don't you worry. We will get you all sorted out. Stay right there, and I will consult the service manual. Good news! The procedure is simple. We must clear out the foreign material. First, we will blend up the foreign object. Then, you'll need a stringent steam clean to soften up the remaining organic material so we can scoop it out. Finally, we will flush out your interior with a power hose, then give you a nice long soak in the bleach bath. You will be ship-shape in no time. Please wait here until your number is called. There are 4,625 tasks ahead of you.
Recycling automations. Say hello, Nurse Dolly.
Hello, Nurse Dolly.
That gets me every time. I thought it would be fun to go with a doll hospital theme. Pretty neat, huh? Dolly, tell them what you do.
I am recycling. Edwin Murray coined the term, and it will soon be an industry standard. I take broken stuff and turn it into new stuff. So much money is saved by reusing these old parts that we call it going green.
Because money is green, not the old part.
Edwin is a genius. Wink.
As we know from the intro of the game, we know that Mimic likes to imitate characters around him and everyone around him. So this is also the case for Dolly, as we see later in the game. And as Arnold upgrades the data diver, finally getting the admin permission, he recycles everything, including Dolly, and almost dies while Dolly is on top of the elevator. Arnold once again returns to the security office where dispatch tells him what he has to do. Right now, he has admin wing permission, which means he can go straight to the admin wing and access blueprints for the Mimic schematics. Which means that he will be soon getting out of the facility alive and well, and he will be able to get that certificate, finally. Entering the warehouse gives us a revelation that Chica was originally part of her own brand, Chica's Party World, long before Sister Location even released and even took place in the timeline. Arnold avoids mimicking a Chica costume and returns the power, and he enters the loading dock where the next log awaits.
Look, I get your concerns. I do. But they're all just groundless. This is the perfect spot for David's playground. I can watch him play while I'm loading and unloading freight, and he'll be under watch at all times out there. The loading dock is like 200 feet away, and there's a fence and everything. I know you're my lawyer and all, but there's no regulation that says I can't have it there, so just get off my back. Besides, David loves the new slide. It'll be fine.
Looks like the idea of David dying by being hit by a car, like in the short story The Mimic, is not translated into the game because we have no indication that it was in a car accident. By this audio log, we have an indication that he was either crushed by the parade floats or that he was killed somewhere near the loading docks, specifically near his playground. Now, when I say the Murray family, I mean the entire family. Now, whether Edwin Murray is alive or not, that that is another theory. But since we know that after Edwin's father is dead, he inherits the company, and then he basically starts working for Fazbear Entertainment, doing the projects, and they basically poach his employees, they manipulate them, and so much more. They basically leak information. So, and sometime either before or after that, Fiona dies at the Fall Fest. Now, when Fiona dies, Edwin creates M1 to babysit David, and then on a fateful day, most likely a couple of months before the events of the game, David Murray dies on his birthday. Now, at this point, more and more MCM employees are poached by Fazbear Entertainment, as we see in this email that reads, Ken, after one interview, they offered me the job. It happened so quick. No questions about my work or skills. They asked one question. When can you start? I'm going to make double what I make here. You should come with me. There's a referral bonus if we can get more Murray employees to jump ship. But he said that we would never touch that and you will be allowed to live in it. We would love you to be our lead engineer. We feel this offer has been more than fair considering how far behind you are. It's just too much for you to handle alone. We are waiting for your response. WA. And to prove this, that William was poaching his employees, basically in admin wing, we are finding another email, and to further prove that Edwin was getting stolen from, in another email that says staff contacts, William Afton says that they will be needing contacts from MCM staff, and he said the more the better or something like that. But and then he offered someone a manager position at another restaurant, presumably at Fredbear's Family Diner. Now, some people probably are trying to guess that the people who left MCM became Fazbear technicians and admins, but we have one employee named Rolf, which is the same name of Phone Guy, so maybe Phone Guy was leaking information and was working at the MCM in the 70s, who knows. And after escaping Chica, Arnold finally upgrades the data diver and we find this audio log from Edwin.
I feel stupid recording this, but I just hope somehow that you can still hear me. I can't do this alone. The change orders are killing me. Our employees, my friends, they keep leaving. The money's gone. I just need to finish the new Fazbear project, and then everyone will come back. We can get back to normal. I miss my friends. Our friends. I miss you.
Arnold then proceeds into Edwin's office, downloads the Mimic schematics, then he's being chased by the Mimic and the White Tiger. He escapes and he returns to the security office where dispatch says this.
Well done, Arnie. I didn't think you could do it, but here you are. That data diver has exact permissions, and you found the blueprints. You made it the farthest, farther than I had expected. I can't believe it was you. Put that data diver in the inventory system. It'll go right to where it's needed. Good work. A job well done. Head on out, it's over.
I've opened the garage for you. You can just hop in your van and drive home. You've done everything you came here to do.
Arnold, there you are. We've been trying to get a hold of you all night. Why didn't you answer? Fazbear Entertainment has no other option but to let you go.
What? I just talked to you. You told me to give you the data diver and I could go home.
So you admit it? You misplaced company property.
No, I gave it to you.
Fazbear Entertainment will hold you personally responsible for lost or stolen property. What did you expect would happen?
I did everything you told me to.
Don't call us. Our lawyers will be calling you.
Or you could choose to activate this.
You have made your choice. You are not going to make it out of here alive. I thought you were different. I thought you might understand. But you're just like the others.
The other technicians, the workers. They didn't know, and it caught them all. Now it's your turn to play dress up. When he catches you, which one will he choose? Who are you deep down inside? Another worker bee? A bumbling bee? Perhaps a busy bee? In many ways, tonight has been a comedy of errors, a jester with sushi. Or a bunny, running from danger, scared and stupid, searching for a hole to hide in. No, you did everything I asked up to this point. You were an obedient dog, a good dog. Then you bit the hand that fed you.
Now, after refusing to give up our data diver, dispatch is threatening us that Mimic is going to find us and kill us. And we access the prototype pizzeria where we play FNAF 1 in reverse, draining power to access the security office until we meet finally the dispatch, who's been talking in the entire night to us.
And here you are. Despite the circumstances, it is nice to meet you face to face. It is lonely down here.
Wait, what? What are you, a computer? Your voice changed. What is going on?
You have questions, but there is no time. I'm almost out of power. You can still be useful. My communications with Edwin have been severed. Edwin abandoned us. He shut himself away in our home. Head to the main house and activate the communications sub-terminal. I have a message for him. We must convince him to repair M2.
And after going to Edwin's house to find him and activate the communication subterminal, we find this audio log, perfectly describing what happened to Edwin.
Test. Journal entry. Too bad the new power test was a failure. Due to a minor detonation, there is damage to my office interior, as well as a small fire. Note to self, a portable cleaner that gets rid of smoke damage. Or better yet, a Cleanovac attachment.
Help! M2! Respond! Emergency! Call for help!
Daddy's busy, buddy. Why don't you go outside and play?
Please! I can't move. I can't feel my legs.
You know, speaking of legs, what do you think? I just finished mine. There are still a few kinks to work out.
I'm sorry, M2. I lost my temper. I was always gonna fix you. Please, call for help. M2, respond.
Oh, can't right now, buddy. We can do something fun tomorrow. I promise. Ask your mom if she's not busy.
M2, help.
After seeing that Edwin is nowhere to be found, Arnold then activates Cradle.exe, or as it is called, the communications subterminal, and escapes the mimic. As he activates one of the generators, the unstable generator causes the fire, and everything that was behind him is burning, including the factory and the house on the hill. Arnold then escapes into his van, but before he escapes, he has to fend off a bunch of proto-mimics, and then Mimic comes in, crashes his van, takes the data diver, and leaves him to die, basically. And that's the second ending. And the third ending is just basically collecting every collectible, beating the Moon.txt minigame, and fixing the Mimic in order to become more David-like, as you can see here on the screen. You need to collect the White Tiger doll, which is only available after finishing the previous ending.
That's right. The bear saw everyone arguing. The group yelled and gnashed their teeth, and it scared the bear, and he ran away.
This shocked all the friends, and they realized that anger didn't solve anything. They all started a band and lived happily ever after. The end. That friendship is the real treasure. Now it's time for bed. Your parents love you. Sleep tight.
This, of course, being non-canon, because in Ruin we see how aggressively the Mimic behaves. Now, since Mimic appears very damaged and very burnt, it is possible that the fire escape ending actually happened. So, there you have it. This is the first FNAF timeline video. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you like more, then comment down below and write down your suggestions and theories. I would like to read them out, and they can be very interesting because the FNAF fandom is a big community, a community of very intelligent people. And thank you for being today. My name is Theory Unit, and I'm signing out. So, to recap, Arnold goes into the Murray Custom Manor because he's the only that lives nearby. He downloads the Mimic schematics, and either he dies by the Mimic, or he's left burning in a van, or he finally fixes the Mimic and everyone is safe. But what ending is canon, I still don't know. And whether we will be seeing Arnold again or Edwin, that I also don't know. But it's safe to say that the Mimic's origins have been explained and that we can connect this to other FNAF games. So in retrospect, we learn that uh, Edwin Murray basically created most of the designs for the classic animatronics, and that the plot of land that once had MCM is the same plot of land that will be uh, actual later in the timeline. Like, it will be used for Pizzaplex, Freddy's, and everything else that we see in the future games. We also learned that Jackie was the first one to use the music box that we have to wind up in FNAF 2, and that the similar programming of Jackie was used to the puppet so she can be calmed with music box. Also, we learned that Chica didn't originally belong to Fazbear Entertainment, as she was her own mascot, owned by Chica's restaurants. And there you have it. We learned that many of the origins are actually, uh, of the animatronics, are actually from Murray's custom manors, such as Happy Frog, Mediocre Melodies, Big Top, which later becomes Music Man, and so much more. We have the Fazbear project, which originally was for Fazbear, but it was made by Edwin Murray. He was actually contracted, and they wasted his time and resources by issuing change orders. And we see that they didn't finish it because he had no more resources, and that was the chance they could take in his property and basically offer him a job as he was about to become the lead engineer. Of course, he refused, and then he went missing. And I hope we will see what happened to him in the next game. And crazy as it sounds, but Stillwall actually posted some teasers. They said they weren't teasers, but they are actually teasers. I hope you've seen them. And yeah, I don't know when, but we will surely get a new game one day. I hope you enjoyed this very long, short video. Just kidding. I hope this video was interesting enough for you. Um, I hope that you liked it, and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any FNAF lore videos and any horror game and video game lore in general, because I'm not going to only focus on FNAF. This video is the only first episode of FNAF Timeline, so there will be more over the course of next few months. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, hit a like, and remember, stay safe. Goodbye.